Hey sisters, you are not rude. You are just done. And there is a difference, a very significant, very important, very misunderstood difference, that you are no longer going to explain to people who are personally inconvenienced by your boundaries. Let them call it rude. You know what it actually is. It is the moment you stopped performing warmth you don't feel for people who never deserved it in the first place. The moment you stopped laughing at things that weren't funny to keep a room comfortable. The moment you stopped answering calls that drain you out of obligation. The moment you stopped showing up you fully, generously, at your own expense for people who never once asked how you were and meant it. That is not rude. That is clarity. And clarity on certain people looks like an attitude. Think about when it started, when you stopped over-explaining your no, when you stopped adding sorry to the beginning of sentences that had nothing to apologize for, when you stopped following up on messages you sent to people who clearly saw them and decided their silence was an acceptable response, when you stopped chasing people who were never running towards you. They said you changed. Baby, you didn't change. You arrived. Because the version of you that bent over backwards, that gave and gave and gave until there was nothing left to give, and then somehow found more. That woman wasn't being kind. She was being conditioned, trained slowly, quietly to accept less and perform gratitude for it. And one day something in you just stopped. No dramatic announcement, no final argument, no breakdown in the parking lot this time, just a quiet, internal, completely unbothered, no, not today, not anymore, not with you. And when they felt it, that shift, that new stillness in you that doesn't rush to fill silences or smooth over tensions or make sure everyone in the room is comfortable before you are. They called it an attitude. They said you were being difficult, cold, standoffish, too much, not enough, hard to reach, and you listened. And then you went home, made yourself something to eat, had a beautiful night, slept like a woman with absolutely nothing to prove. Because here is the thing about being done. It doesn't come with noise. It doesn't come with a speech or a confrontation or a carefully worded message explaining all the ways they fell short. It doesn't need a witness or a validation or a room full of people agreeing that yes, you had every right. It just comes quietly, finally, like a door closing from the inside. And on your side of that door, it's peace, actual peace. Not the performance of peace you used to do, the smiling through it, the it's fine, the I'm not even bothered, but real, settled, unbothered, I slept through the whole night peace. The kind that only comes when you stop spending energy on people and situations that were never going to give it back. So no, you are not rude. You are not difficult. You are not cold. You are not the problem. You did not wake up one day and decide to make life hard for people who were simply trying their best. You finally stopped making it easy for people who were not trying at all. And if that looks like an attitude, you let them keep looking. Welcome home, sister. Unbothered is not a mood. It is a lifestyle you earned. Your crown sits perfectly on a woman who stopped tilting her head for people who never deserved the view. Share this with that girl who has been apologizing for finally having standards. The one they keep calling difficult. Tell her, difficult just means you stopped being easy to disrespect and then stay close. Because a woman who is simply done. She is just getting started.